Now, you don't have to tell me. 2020 was a pretty crappy year for all of us.
Guess I would like to return something, please.
What's your return?
The year 2020.
I'm sorry, years are non-refundable. With that being said, there are some things you can do right now to make 2021 not so crappy.
What is up, beautiful people? TJ here with another episode. Today I want to talk about my top 5 tips for growing your reselling business in 2021. Now, I know I've been gone for a long time, but I will say that I have created quite a bit of content. And if you're not following Pallet Jacking on YouTube, then you are surely missing out. So today I'm going to be talking about my top tips for growing your reselling business. So now I know everybody knows that 2021 was just not, it just wasn't the best year for for a lot of people, for small businesses, for people creating a business, for people that's been in business for a while. 2020 wasn't like the best year, really. But in 2021, we want to smash our goals. We want to do as much as we can to make our dreams come true and to build our business and just be better business people, just to be better people in general. So I'm going to be sharing my top 5 tips for growing your business in 2021. All right, so tip number 5. Tip number 5 is going to be creating a business plan for your business. Now, I went through business school. I have a business degree, so it's all focused around creating a business plan and, going through at the very beginning of your business and creating that plan and actually making small goals to get to that overarching goal that you may have. And I think that's one of the biggest things that you need to do if you want to grow your business is know where you want your business to go. Now, I know we all want to jump in. We want to buy our first liquidation pallet, or we want to buy a mystery box, or we want to start a YouTube channel, or all these different things that you want to do, but you don't really have a plan before you start. You really need to sit down and just map out a plan from start to finish. This is where I'm at right now. This is what the current resources that I have right now. This is where I want to go. And then kind of map a plan to get to that point. Now, that's a lot easier than it sounds, because a lot of times you don't know that void in between. You don't know what that stuff is. You don't know what the steps are that you have to do. You don't know the people that's going to be involved, the legalities that's going to be involved with it. So some of these other tips are going to help you get that plan made. But I would say that you need to start and say, what is your goal? I want to be making $100,000 a year. I want to be making $20,000 a month. Whatever that goal is that you want to be making, or that you want to do with your business, you need to make a plan for that, because if you don't have a plan, you don't know where you're going to be going. I said this the other day on my Pallet Jacking channel that you need to make small strategic goals. I think a lot of times we think about our large overarching goals, but we don't think about those very small daily goals that you can actually achieve on a daily basis and actually be successful. The biggest thing is feeling that you're successful, actually doing small things, getting those things done, and seeing the progression to get to that larger goal. So just make small strategic goals, but also have a bigger plan. That way you know exactly where you're going to go. All right, so my tip number 4 is surround yourself with like-minded individuals. Now, I've kind of cheated on this goal, because whenever I made a YouTube channel about reselling, I didn't realize that I was going to build such a large network of resellers around us. I never thought that. I never thought that I would meet so many people that had business mindsets like me, that had similar goals for what I wanted to do, had similar business models and stuff like that. So you want to make sure that you surround yourself with people that are like-minded, whether you are, a newer reseller, or you're somebody that's seasoned, somebody that's been around for a while and just want to learn some new tips and tricks. I've learned so much from people that have helped me build my business to what it is right now. And shameless plug, we actually have a Facebook group for resellers, the Pallet Jacking Community Reseller Group. I'll put a link to it in the description section below. Also, the first comment if you want to check that out. But we do have a community of about 2,000 resellers that are active, and they are asking questions, answering questions, sharing sources, showing stuff that they get from places, how they plan on selling that stuff. We talk about eBay and Facebook Marketplace and Amazon. Everything you can think about with your reselling business, we talk about in that Facebook group. So if you're on Facebook and you want to join that group, I will put a link to it down in the description section below. But But you always want to make sure that you surround yourself with like-minded individuals. It's always good to have family and friends around to cheer you on, but you also need somebody that you can bounce ideas off of, that is a business-minded person. Now, they may not necessarily be in reselling, or they may not be in whatever niche that you are, or whatever business that you are, but somebody with a business mindset is going to be a person that you need to befriend to kind of bounce those ideas off of. All right, so tip number 3 is learning how to vet potential sources of merchandise. So we do a lot of vetting of places to buy merchandise from. We purchase from most of the big people that sell, or most of the big liquidation companies that sell online, but we've also met some individual companies that we have purchased from, and they have actually been very beneficial for us. One of the ones that we kind of started, I'm not gonna say we started the craze, but we was probably the first ones on YouTube to make videos about this place, and they sold mystery boxes, and we have been very profitable with them, and a lot of other people have been very profitable with them. It was actually catching deals. I think I did one unboxing on this channel. We did multiple unboxings on pallet jacking, but those little places that you can find, mystery boxes, or you can find pallets, or a local store that you can go and actually talk to somebody face to face. You just really have to learn how to vet businesses that are selling merchandise for you to purchase. We have a little bit, I don't know, our motto at pallet jacking was to jack pallets so you don't have to. So we would basically buy the pallets and let you know if these are places that we would buy from again. And, we've done really well with that. We've never really had an issue with purchasing something and not making our money back, or getting like a really bad load. We've gotten some bad loads before, but it's very, very rare that we get a bad load. But we also do research. We talk to the people. A lot of times I'll reach out to the owners, talk to them, just to kind of bounce, have conversations with them, see where their mind space is, make sure their integrity is in check. But you have to learn how to do that. You have to learn how to reach out, and you got to have the courage to kind of reach out to the business owners and actually talk to them and have a face-to-face conversation with them, even if it's not face-to-face, even if it's online. So one thing I will tell you, and I think I said this on my last tips video, is that whenever you are trying out a new liquidator or a new source for merchandise, just assume that you're going to lose every bit of your money. Assume that you're going to lose 100% of your investment, and just look at that as an investment in the relationship for future purchases. Just think about that as, okay, if I buy $200 worth of merchandise from this company and it's good, I may purchase, tens of thousands of dollars worth of merchandise from this place, but they have to prove to you that they are a viable source for merchandising, or for sourcing merchandise from them. All right, tip number 2, accept failure and learn from it. I have failed so many times as a reseller. I can go back in my videos right now and we can talk about 5 or 10 other businesses that I had that failed, and I never let that knock me down. I never was a person that would have a failure and just stop. I would always move on to the next thing. I would always try to learn something new. I went to college because my online business that I had at that time wasn't doing well. So I said, you know what? I need to go to college. I need to, get a career and stuff like that. So that's the reason that I went to college, was because I did have some failed businesses and I want to move on to the next plan. Now, with that being said, I'm always looking at my business and seeing how I can make it better. But I also look at my failures and make sure that I'm learning from those failures, so you don't repeat the same thing over and over again. If you are purchasing, let's just say we purchased Walmart pallets a couple times. And after the second time I purchased a Walmart return pallet, I said I would never do it again, because every time we get a Walmart pallet, we basically fail. It's never good. We've never purchased a Walmart pallet that was like really good. So in the future, I know what not to look for. If I purchase a Walmart pallet, it's not going to be returns. It's going to be something that's new product, or it's going to be a specific type of product, probably electronics, something like that. So just use those failures and don't just go past them or walk over them. Actually analyze them, make better plans for the future, and say, okay, I would never do this again. This is specifically what I did. This is specifically how I failed, and this is how I'm going to get past that. This is how I will not repeat that in the future. All right, so my number 1 tip, and this may be a tip that is controversial, but I don't care. Always maintain your integrity. I'm the type of person that say that my integrity is everything. I'm never going to walk over somebody for money. I'm never going to negatively talk about anybody to have some kind of financial gain. I'm not going to scam anybody. I'm not, I'm going to I'm going to have the most positive integrity that I can. And I would expect that from everybody else. But one thing that you need to know is, if you are a business owner, if you are a up and coming business and you are trying to get your name out there, don't go into like different groups and infiltrate the group and send people messages and post stuff that you're not supposed to post. Don't go onto YouTube comments and try to like bash a company in order to get people to come over to your company. Don't scam people. Those are things that you don't need to do. Even if it's going to make you a quick buck, you will never redeem your name. That will be the fall of your business. And sometimes there's no comeback from that. I've seen people that have scammed people in the past and you never hear from them again because their name has been drugged through the mud so much that nobody's going to buy from them. So just make sure you maintain your integrity. Just try to be a good person. Say thank you and please sometimes. Those things go a long way. You never know when you're going to need somebody. So I always try to be as nice to people as possible, and I try to help people as much as possible. I know it's not beneficial sometimes to help people because, just because you help somebody doesn't mean that they're going to help you back. But you can't look for any kind of reciprocation for that help. Do it because you want to do it. Do it because you want to build a relationship with somebody. But just maintain your integrity. Just try to be a good person. Try to do the best that you can to do right by people. I think that's going to be my number one tip. Even over all the rest of that stuff, that's my number one tip, is to maintain your integrity. All right, so that's going to be my top 5 tips for growing your reselling business in 2021. Now, I know I haven't released a lot of videos on this channel in the last 2 months. I know it. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm going to get a lot better with releasing new content on this channel. It's going to be a lot of reselling stuff, a lot of tips and tricks, a lot of specific ways to do things on the computer, whether it's going to be eBay, Facebook, building just a business in general. I'm going to be sharing those tips with you all. So if you like these types of videos, please like, share, and subscribe. I really appreciate it. Also hit that bell icon so you get notifications whenever I release new videos. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.